Have you ever been in a moment where every part of you wanted to speak, to defend yourself, to explain, to fight back, but something deep inside whispered, "Don't"? You could feel your pulse rise, your breath tighten, your pride burning for release, yet you stayed still. You said nothing, and somehow that silence became louder than words could ever be. That's the moment you discover a rare kind of power, the kind that doesn't shout to be heard, but commands attention by existing. We live in a world addicted to noise. Everyone wants the last word, the sharpest comeback, the loudest opinion. But what if true strength isn't found in volume, but in restraint? What if stillness, calm, deliberate, silent stillness, is the highest form of control? Because silence isn't emptiness. It's awareness. It's the pause before mastery, the breath before victory. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. They knew silence wasn't weakness. It was strategy. It was the invisible weapon of warriors and philosophers alike. So today, I want to show you how silence, when used with wisdom, can become the most powerful tool you will ever possess. Not the silence of fear, but the silence of focus. Not the silence of retreat, but the silence of command. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn isn't just advice. It's an ancient blueprint for navigating life's chaos with unshakable calm. 1. The power of observation. Imagine walking into a heated room, tension thick as smoke, eyes sharp, egos high. Most people dive straight into the storm, throwing words like weapons. But the Stoic steps back. He watches. He notices the tremor in someone's voice when they lie, the slight hesitation before an insult, the insecurity behind the anger. Silence gives you the greatest vantage point, the power to see what others can't. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Observe constantly that all things take place by change," meaning nothing is permanent. Emotions shift, situations evolve. When you stay silent, you give life the space to reveal its truth. While others are busy reacting, you're studying. While they're defending, you're understanding. You become the calm eye in the hurricane, the one who sees, who waits, who chooses when and how to move. Observation transforms chaos into opportunity. It allows you to respond with reason rather than reflex. And in that quiet awareness, you gain something priceless, control over yourself. Because true strength isn't about controlling others, it's about mastering your own reaction. 2. Speak only when it matters. Silence isn't a vow of muteness. It's a discipline, a sacred restraint. To the Stoic, speech is not casual. It's a weapon to be sharpened, not wasted. Most people talk to fill space, to validate ego, to avoid discomfort. They confuse noise for confidence and chatter for intelligence. But wisdom speaks with intention. It doesn't rush. It doesn't need to prove. It waits for the right moment, and when it speaks, the world listens. Epictetus once said, "Be silent for the most part, or speak only what is necessary." Because unnecessary words dilute power. Think of silence as the bowstring, tension building, focus narrowing, and your words as the arrow. When released at the perfect moment, they pierce through confusion and strike truth. One calm, precise sentence carries more weight than 1,000 frantic arguments, and the silence that surrounds your words gives them gravity. So when you speak, make it count. Let your words heal, not harm, clarify, not confuse, and when silence says more, let it. 3. Redirect. Don't absorb. When someone attacks you through criticism, jealousy, or hate, they expect to win your attention. They want your anger. They want your reaction, because your reaction feeds their power. But when you stay silent, you rob them of that energy. You turn their noise into emptiness. Yet Stoic silence doesn't stop there. It's not just about absorbing negativity, it's about redirecting it. You take their insult and turn it into motivation. You take their rejection and turn it into focus. You take their rage and turn it into stillness, so calm it becomes unnerving. Let them waste their breath, while you build your empire brick by brick. Seneca wrote, "He who is calm and resolute is a king in his own kingdom." And that's exactly what you become when you refuse to let others dictate your emotions. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, smile internally, because their chaos is your training ground. Their noise is your sharpening stone. And your silence, that's your proof that you've already won. 4. Act, don't react. Silence without motion is stagnation, but silence with purpose, that's transformation. The Stoics believed in measured action, calm, intentional, grounded in reason. They didn't suppress emotion, they mastered it. They didn't avoid conflict, they outthought it. When chaos erupts, most people react impulsively, with fear, pride, or anger. The Stoic pauses. He breathes, he assesses. Then he moves, not out of emotion, but from wisdom. Every challenge becomes a test of composure. Every insult a chance to demonstrate discipline. Every setback an opportunity to act with clarity. Remember this: reaction is the child of emotion. Action is the offspring of wisdom. When you choose action over reaction, you reclaim power. You stop being a puppet of emotion and become the author of your destiny. So act, with purpose, with intention, with calm precision. Because silent action changes more lives than loud opinions ever will. 5. Maintain composure under pressure. In a world obsessed with drama, composure is rebellion. People fear silence because it forces them to face themselves. They mistake calm for weakness because they've never tasted real power. But when you remain composed under pressure, when you breathe steady while others panic, you shift the atmosphere. Your stillness becomes authority. Your calm becomes contagious. A man who cannot be provoked is a man who cannot be controlled. That's why the Stoics trained their emotions like soldiers, to obey reason, not chaos. They knew composure wasn't suppression, it was self-mastery. When you stand firm, you radiate strength without effort. You don't need to prove you're powerful. People feel it. Composure commands respect. It turns conflict into curiosity. And without saying a word, you teach others what true discipline looks like. Because when the storm hits, everyone looks for the calmest person in the room. Be that person. 6. The Stoic blueprint. Observe, redirect, act, speak. Let's put it all together. When life tests you, when people misunderstand you, provoke you, or push you, remember this: observe. Don't rush to defend yourself. Study the situation. See it clearly. Redirect. Don't absorb their chaos. Turn it into fuel for growth. Act. Don't react emotionally. Move with quiet intention. Speak, but only when your words will bring light, not fire. That's the Stoic way. That's how you move through life like water, calm, clear, and unstoppable. Closing message. Silence, by itself, is powerful, but silence combined with purpose, clarity, and action, that's unbreakable. So the next time the world tries to pull you into noise, remember, you don't have to respond. You don't have to prove. You don't have to perform. You only have to remain grounded, steady in truth, anchored in peace, and unshaken by chaos. Because your silence isn't emptiness. It's evidence of mastery. If this message resonated with you, if it reminded you that your calm is your crown and your peace is your power, then subscribe and join our Stoic community. Share this video with someone who needs this reminder today. And always remember, peace isn't the absence of noise. It's the strength to stay unmoved in the middle of it.